Good morning, Scituate. Today is Tuesday, September 6th, 2022. This is the Town of Scituate weekly update, and it is also primary election day in Scituate. Mr. Bedreau, our town administrator, will give you all the details about that and then another town business, and I will be back with some highlights of upcoming town meetings this week. Mr. Bedreau?
Good morning. I hope everybody had a nice Labor Day weekend. The rain held off until Monday, so we are getting some beneficial rain, but hard to say. It is September, but here we are. We'll start off as we always do with our COVID update. Mavin data number was 20, which is up from 12 of last week. This had gone down for 2 straight weeks. Now it's popped back up. Our positivity rating, however, has gone down the last week. It went from went to 7.3, down from 19.55 last week. So the Mavin number went up, but the percentage went way down. Plymouth County's at 8.39, up slightly from last week's 8.34. Statewide, the last 7 days was 7.61, down from 7.84. Statewide, there were 56 individuals in ICU, down from 67, and 21 patients were intubated, down from 29. With the new COVID regulations in place, I will be discussing with the board tonight the need for continuing COVID reporting going forward. The school department will no longer be doing testing. They will no longer be doing reporting. And with fewer people getting tested, the percentage swing wildly on a week-to-week basis, just as you can see from today's. So we're going to talk about that, I think, a little bit tonight. And unless the numbers really start to spike, it will be my recommendation that the COVID numbers, we do not keep reporting those weekly. People can go to the state website if they want to get the COVID numbers. Now that we're talking about COVID, we need to talk about West Nile virus. The state has informed the town board of health that we had a positive mosquito pool in Scituate. So what happens is the DPH puts out traps. They don't tell us where they are. They'll get 100 to 200 mosquitoes. They grind those all up. They test it, and that pool did test positive for having West Nile virus. This happens every year. We get West Nile virus in the area. It's not new. You need to take precautions, particularly if there's rain. If you have standing water or places with standing water, please make sure you drain them. Keep your screen doors and windows closed and in good repair. If you're up between dusk and dawn, make sure you wear insect repellent with DEET, and if possible, wear long pants and long shirts. So it's back, it's here every year, but just please take precautions, and we'll get through West Nile as we do all the time. The water update. So the water update I'm giving you is from yesterday. It does not include the rain that we had overnight, so these numbers will change over the next week. The reservoir was at minus 45 inches. Last week, we were at minus 42.5. Deck Factory Pond was at minus 14.5 inches. Last week, we were at minus 12.5. Average daily demand was 1,268,000,000 gallons a day, up just a little bit from last week's 1.228 million gallons a day. We think that usage increase is probably just from the holiday weekend. We think those numbers, we hope those numbers will continue to go down. Despite the rain, we are still in a critical drought. Our wells are not producing the numbers they should, which causes more water to go through the water treatment plant. The water in the reservoir still has high manganese levels. The cool nights recently have lowered the manganese levels slightly, and as it gets cooler, those will continue to go down. But we are still seeing manganese discolored water going through the water treatment plant, which is causing the discolored water in the system at this point. If you have discolored water, please let us know. And we'll send someone out that's a data point that we need to make repairs to our system. We are working with our consultant and with DEP to try to come up with a short-term fix to help residents while we build a new water treatment plant. The ultimate fix to the problem we're having right now is a new water treatment plant that will treat for iron and manganese in the surface water. Rainfall over the last 7 days was 0.18 inches measured at the plant. Again, that does not include the rain that we got last night and the rain that we're getting today. Our water contractor is out today. They're not working today. They will be back in North Scituate, again in Country Way this week, making some repairs to the water mains in the vicinity of the train tracks. As Karen said, today is election day. Please make sure you get out and vote. Races on both sides of the ballot. The town clerk wanted me to remind people that if you have ballots that need to be returned, they need to be returned today to the clerk's office at the town hall, not to the polling places. And those ballots must be returned by 8 o'clock. Also, the town clerk's office, if you have business there tomorrow, They will be closed until 1 o'clock as they finish up the election, processing all the ballots, certifying everything, getting everything wrapped up from the election today. So again, please get out and vote. It's important. Races on both sides of the ballot. The polls are open until 8 p.m. Utility Road, we did the base coat of that last week. It looks great. We did have some people ask, is it done? No, we're not done yet. The contractor will be returning at some point. He'll be raising the casting. I know the residents are very happy with the way that looks. Our contractor is scheduled to be on Brook and Tilden roads tomorrow, starting to grind those roads in preparation for paving. That'll take a couple days, and then we'll see the paver coming in after that. Portions of Country Way in the area of North Scituate are scheduled for an overlay starting tomorrow also. That is going to be dependent upon the weather. A reminder to people in North Scituate, rainy day, not a big deal, but it's going to be nice the rest of the week, is that the contractor will be starting work on the stairs on Glades Road down at Minor Beach this week. Weather and tide dependent when they will be there. We will be continuing the one-way pattern on Glades for the month of September while the contractor works. Generally, that comes off after Labor Day, but in order to make sure that the contractor can park his vehicles and we can get equipment down there, we will be keeping the one-way. We have notified the school department. They are fine. The school buses go that way anyways. So just be careful down there while they're working, and hopefully for the nice fall weather, we'll have brand new fixed up staircases to allow people better access to the Minot Beach. Tomorrow is the first day of school. Congratulations, parents. You made it again through another summer. Students return tomorrow to Scituate Public Schools. Please check their website, scit.org, for details about your particular student, when they go on their bus routes. I want to wish Bill Burkhead, the superintendent, his staff, the faculty, and all the students good luck on a new school year. I know the superintendent and all the faculty are excited to have the students back. So good luck to them. I hope everybody has a great year, and I know we're confident that it's going to be a fantastic one as we move out of COVID and get back to really just regular old school. With that being said, I will caution all the drivers out there. You will start seeing students on the roads walking to school. You'll see them waiting for buses at the side of the road. So please exercise a little more caution as you're driving the next couple of days with all the students on the road getting used to the back to school routines. Also, you cannot pass a school bus in either direction with flashing lights. It's not only unsafe, but it's also a crime. Scituate PD will be out this week and over the next several weeks, just keeping an eye on the buses and make sure people are respecting that flashing light. So give yourself a little extra time. The buses do slow down traffic a little bit, and maybe just go a little slow, knowing that there's going to be a lot of students out there on the road walking and taking the bus over the next several days as we get used to it. I want to thank our highway department. They've been working very hard on the contractor to get the flashing light, pedestrian light in front of the town hall fixed. It was broken in a car accident several months ago. COVID and supply chain issues have really delayed that. But Sean McCarthy and his staff really beat up the contractor to make sure they get out there. They got it fixed last week, and that pedestrian light is back up and working. Two more brief updates. For those of you who like this sort of thing, Hollywood will be returning to Scituate next week. We have an untitled novelist project that will be filming starting next week in the area of the Sand Hills General Store and the Sand Hills Beach. Filming will last a week. Scituate Police Department has a traffic plan for any road closures with detail officers. At this point, we don't have the actual filming schedule for times, as the producers and the film director are waiting to see the tides and the light. As soon as we get that, we'll make it available. They will also be using a portion of Egypt Beach parking lot and a portion of the Central Field parking lot for the crew to get together, and also as a base camp for some of their other trucks. So you'll see that'll be out there for a week. As I told you before, it's like watching paint dry. We have no idea who's starring in it, who's in it, but they will be down in the Sand Hills area next week filming a movie. Last but not least, and we'll be discussing this tonight at the select board meeting, we are looking for plow drivers. There is a critical shortage of plow drivers. We need you to help us out, keep Scituate clean and safe in the winter time. So watch the meeting tonight. The board will be discussing rates for the plow drivers, and hopefully we'll get those up a little bit, so we'll get some more of you men and women out there plowing the roads of Scituate. And that's what I have for today.
Great, Jim. That's a lot. We are hitting fall running. So thank you for that update. Just to let you know, this week's town meetings, not town meetings, meetings within the town. Tonight at 4:30, traffic rules and regulations meet. As Jim mentioned, the select board will be meeting tonight at 6:30. On the agenda, as he mentioned, are the rates for plow drivers. We will also be voting a design contract for the old Pier 44 site, now known as the Harbor Park development. And we will discuss the use of a significant donation from the Toll Brothers for ball field development. Related to that is a public meeting regarding the JV baseball field at 7 o'clock on September 13th at the senior center, if you want to participate in that conversation. We will also, at the select board meeting tonight, be holding an executive session to discuss the pending litigation regarding shellfish aquaculture in Bastons Beach area. Tomorrow night, conservation meets at 6 p.m., 7 o'clock, Commission on Disabilities, and 7 o'clock also Waterways will be meeting. On Thursday, the planning board will meet at 6:30. Obviously, today is election day, and I want a big shout out to our town clerk, Kathy Gardner, and her staff, and all the volunteers that make that process secure, safe, and good. So please go down and vote. As Jim said, polls are open until 8 o'clock tonight, and we will see you down there. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next week on Monday. Have a great week at school.